Over the weekend, 198 Russian state scientists working for the nuclear agency Rosatom abruptly abandoned their posts and evacuated the country. They fled from the Bushehr nuclear power plant on Iran's southern coast, the only fully operational nuclear facility in the country. The panic followed a fatal projectile strike on the site. According to reports from the IAEA, the attack killed Iranian physical protection staff and sent destructive shockwaves through the surrounding buildings. While the full extent of the damage remains unconfirmed, the presence of a live reactor led to immediate reports of radiation leaks and a massive ecological risk for the region. Targeting an active nuclear site is a significant escalation in modern warfare. To understand why the US and Israel took this risk, we have to look at a major shift that happened in the skies just 24 hours earlier. For over a month, the US and Israel maintained uncontested control over Iranian airspace, conducting operations with virtually no resistance. That dominance changed when Iran deployed a new generation of air defense systems, specifically designed to challenge US and Israeli jets. The effectiveness of these new batteries was confirmed on Friday, when Iranian forces successfully shot down a US fighter jet during a mission. The crash sparked a high-stakes search through the desert. Iran's military command ordered their troops to find the pilot alive for intelligence extraction, while coalition forces raced to reach the crash site first. The loss of the aircraft and vulnerability of the pilot forced a reactive change in strategy, as the coalition's ability to operate freely over Iran was suddenly in doubt. The subsequent strike on Bushehr had a dual purpose: to degrade Iran's nuclear capabilities and to create a massive tactical diversion. This diagram shows a generic reactor's layout. As Iran's primary nuclear hub, Bushehr was a significant target. Striking the exterior forced Iranian security to address a potential nuclear emergency. This chaos pulled search teams away, opening a path to extract the pilot. However, the damage to the site was more severe than anticipated. The structural instability triggered by the strike was enough to convince Russian scientists that the facility was no longer safe, prompting their immediate exit. The attempt to rescue a single pilot through a tactical diversion resulted in a strategic crisis involving Russian personnel and the compromise of a live nuclear site. The impact of this escalation has spread far beyond the Bushehr facility. The broader conflict has now claimed 3,300 lives, with more than 30,000 others injured. This displacement crisis has now reached 4.5 million people, many of whom are currently surviving in temporary UNHCR camps. Jordan has also been pulled into the violence. The country recently faced a coordinated attack involving 161 missiles and 120 drones targeting its critical infrastructure. Similarly, the United Arab Emirates reported a major spillover event where they were forced to intercept a barrage of 174 ballistic missiles. The failure of deterrence at Bushehr effectively transformed a localized standoff into a multi-front regional war. Diplomatic efforts to resolve the crisis have reached a standstill. Iran's foreign ministry publicly mocked Pakistan's attempt to mediate, signaling a total lack of interest in third-party de-escalation. Tehran has now adopted a strict policy of non-engagement, refusing all direct meetings with U.S. officials and stating they will not entertain any ceasefire proposals. The attack on Bushehr represents a shift, where even nuclear infrastructure is no longer considered off-limits. With Iran's new air defenses successfully challenging coalition jets and all diplomatic channels closed, the mechanisms used to contain this conflict have ceased to function.